Hi everyone, welcome back. I know it's been forever, but 2020, new name, all the good stuff, and just want to do a sort of an update video. And also, there's going to be another video launching shortly after this. That's actually Runeterra content, since I know that's what a lot of people are going to be more interested in, not really care about an update, kind of what's been going on. But I still want to do this video, talk about why I haven't done anything about a year. I have been streaming the entire time, just haven't done YouTube content, and want to get around to it. So we're going to talk about updates, the new artifact news, and also Runeterra, including spoilers and kind of what's coming next, which I'm super excited to talk about. So first, as you guys can see here, it's new logo, all that stuff, switching over from Six Stages Gaming to Cosmic Plays. Again, largely because as we moved away from like the tabletop gaming, I spent a lot of time doing Japanese trading card games or Magic. It just was time for a little bit of a realign on the goals and name and all that good stuff. So with that, there is going to be another Gleam giveaway, which is just the tool that I use to do a giveaway. And what that means is, like I've done previously in the Discord, which is still live right now, there's an image there, is the gift of gaming. So with everything that's going on in the world, I just want to be able to give back. I'm still working. I'm very thankful to still be working. And it's honestly the least that I could do. So it's not going to be just Runeterra or artifact driven or, Animal Crossing like I did recently. It's just going to be a $60, gaming budget, for lack of a better word, to hopefully give back to somebody that could really use it and, just help promote some positivity. So that's all that. I'm still going to be streaming. I'm still largely going to be focusing on streaming, but my goal going forward is going to be 2 videos a week. Now that's going to be Runeterra for the near future. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But then when we get to Artifact or maybe something, we might add a third video. We might spice it up. Really depends on how everything goes over these next few months. So with that, we will get into it. Yeah, Artifact. I still love the game, you guys know. Back in the day, I did stuff for Draw 2, which, reference up there as well. So I was originally doing artifacts for video. I got picked up by Team Liquid to do content for Draw 2. Obviously, Artifact didn't work out. It left a hole in me. Anyone that knows me personally has been around, I just didn't feel like creating content. There's nothing that really grabbed me. I tried to do Magic for a little bit, just didn't hit right, and there's some other games in between, but I was just trying to find something. In Runeterra, I really do like Runeterra, and there's a lot of great things going for it, but it just didn't work the same way for me that Artifact did. Now, I'm a little worried because, how much of Artifact has changed right now. There's a million different reasons why it could fail again and failed originally. I'm not going to get into that. That's another video, another time. But I am excited to at least get back into the beta, see how things have come along, and with the changes that Hearthstone saw in this previous year, or I should just say the previous couple of months, obviously Runeterra has had an effect on that, and is, I'm going to assume, a good reason why a lot of those changes have come to light. And I'm going to assume that the same is going to happen with Artifact as well, that we're going to see a much more free-to-play friendly. Obviously, no market. That's completely trash. They say down there in the Q&A that it's getting removed, but I'm still hopeful that we'll see, a very fair progression system, get people back into the game. And at least for me, in my very honest opinion, if they can still maintain that 3-board feel and the complexity and depth of that offered compared to, let's say, Runeterra or Magic or just any other card game, really, I'll absolutely be diving back into Artifact and checking it out. Now, I'm very worried, and I find it unlikely that Artifact at its core is going to stay the same as much as I'd like it to. But if I get in the beta, 100%, I'm going to play it. I'm going to play a shit ton of it, and we're going to find out exactly how much has changed, is it worth playing, and all that stuff. But that said, as of right now, yes, I'm worried, but I am very excited for what the future might hold for the game. Now, yes, we are in the test boring stuff stage, as they say. I'm hoping that sometime this month we'll get more news, maybe closed beta invites, maybe other news about, hey, it's starting, here's a gameplay trailer, right? And here's the thing, I don't even necessarily need to play in the closed beta as much as I did. I just need to see a gameplay video. Here's what changed, here's what didn't change, and that'll probably give me a good enough direction, which way I'm going to be on it, but I still want to play it anyways because I've spent over 300 hours in the original. So Artifact 2.0, let's go. Hopefully more info coming soon. Whenever we do, I'll do another video and go about that a little bit more in depth. Other than that, Runeterra. So about a month ago, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name, it's up there on the screen, we got our first data mine. Now, all this is on Reddit. You could go digging for it and whatnot, but long story short, we thought we were going to get 2 new regions. It was going to be Bilgewater, and Tarragon, I think it is. Again, I'm not a League player. I'm a card player, so excuse me for any of these names I mess up. But it looks like, based on the data mine and based on Riot confirming we're only getting a single new region, I'm going to assume it's going to be the Pirate Boys, right? This is what was in the data mine for the longest amount of time. We have a keyword for it, vulnerable. I'm assuming it's the exact opposite of toughness. I mean, wouldn't be surprised if we have... That's how card games really do a lot of things, right? If we have one type of effect, you're going to see the parallel to it, either in a different region, different color, different whatever it might be, right? Different faction. So We don't have, obviously, the confirmation of it yet, but we do at least have a confirmation, or what I'm going to call good enough confirmation. So Sejuani for Freljord is most likely going to be the one new Freljord champ that we get. And then also Lee Sin, so I'm assuming that's going to be Ionia, is going to be the other champion that we get. So again, going to be going into this a little bit more later, but probably going to be one new champion for each region, 6 new in total for Bileswater, and then also a mix of new cards to bring Bileswater up to the 63 what it's going to be, and then the 53 to 63, so 10 new cards per region. But I'm still very excited to see where this shakes out and what this really means going forward, because 10 cards doesn't necessarily sound like a lot. But hey, you only need 2 or 3 cards to really shake up the meta. So I'm really looking forward to this. And spoilers are starting soon, so hopefully we'll get more about that, which kind of brings me to this next point. We got a big news article yesterday at the time of recording this about new updates. So global mobile launch is finally coming on April 30th. PC launch, everyone outside of Southeast Asia already had PC launch. They're going to be getting it at the end of April. And really, just what this means is we're finally getting out of beta. This is the full client going forward. And we're going to be getting some, as I mentioned, some card reveals. And again, only one new region. So right now, every region has 53 cards, as I mentioned. If you do the math on 120, that basically means every region is going to get brought up to 63, which is only going to be 10 new cards for existing regions, which, honestly can be fine. I think is fine overall. But, if we think about Japanese trading card games and how they would normally do things, they would, let's say, pick 3 or 4 regions, do a core set on them, and then like 2 months later do another big set like that where you then balance out the other regions, add more cards for them. So going forward, right, what this really means is with the 3 or 4 maybe regions we have left to add, there's probably going to become a point where we're only getting 10 new cards per expansion, which is going to, mean 120-ish new cards, but each individual faction's not getting as much as they'd maybe like. So if, let's say, you're only playing Freljord and Noxus, it's going to hurt probably. So it's really going to be up to Riot to really put as much value and effort as they can into those 10 cards, and then also have, meta shaping cards, and not the sense that they're oppressive, but at least open up new strategies and new opportunities so that players who are really focusing on just 2 or maybe even 3 regions has something new to play with, and it's not just, Reckoning Ash that gets played over and over, which is unfortunately lacking right now. So that's one of those decks I really like to see. Hopefully the next set can bring some more light to it, and that's kind of why I picked those 2. But we'll see. So again, card spoilers starting very soon. Spoiler season is always super exciting. So if cards come out, we'll do videos on them, all that good stuff. But we really have no idea what their cadence is going to be going forward for reveals. So we just have to wait and see, right? Now, let's get into ranked. So yes, I did hit master rank, which is, the legend or mythic of other card games. It's been rough, guys. I'll be very honest. The matchmaking, they're still trying to work out the tweaks. Obviously, with being that high in the ladder, you're going to be going against, you'll be ranked 200 going against ranked, 1800, and then you'll drop 500 points. They fixed that. Now you only drop maybe 200, but it still doesn't really feel great. And there's a lot of effort that you honestly need to put in into hitting Masters, and then also climbing towards the top end of Masters. Now, again, I've played Shadowverse, I've played Magic, Hearthstone, I've played just a slew of digital card games where, it hasn't felt this bad. It is such a grind. And I won't get into too much of it here, but effectively, the last 3 tiers are then Platinum, Diamond, and Masters. And then you have to win plus 20 games, meaning you have to have a win ratio where you go positive 20 games overall. And there's no bonus. So rank 5 in Hearthstone is equivalent to the bottom of Platinum, right? So that means there's like double the effort that you need to go from, let's say, rank 5 to Legend versus Platinum to Masters. And honestly, I get it. I understand why a lot of people are burning out on it. And then you look at this and there's just not great rewards. Now, again, we knew that there was going to be basically nothing in terms of the rewards, in terms of what people might be getting. So you'll get a medal. Then obviously for the beta rewards, you'll get a Poro as well. So hopefully more will be coming soon. So we'll see. And then also the rank reset. I'm glad that I'm only going to be dropping down to Platinum. But again, that's still, the rank 5 equivalent. So makes sense. But maybe a little bit more than I'd like. I'm glad it's not all the way down to Iron. I would have probably not played the ladder at all. And I knew that they probably were aware of that. So, what can you do at the end of the day? So we'll see. I'm going to still play, I'm still going to grind the ladder. I'm still going to try to get as high as I can. But at the point, I got up to like 600 or something. And then I was like, you know what? I just want to play different decks, and you can't play normal, right? Everyone's just either memeing or, you know, surrendering like round 2. There's no realistic testing that you can do in normal matches, so you either have to do private lobbies if you want to test a new deck, or what I've unfortunately done twice now, you know, you get to a high rank, you know, 600, 500, whatever it might be, and then you go, you know what, I want to try a new deck, I want to make a new video, I want to try this new archetype, and then you lose out and you drop 1,000 ranks. And, you know, you're getting good games in, you're getting meaningful feedback and valuable feedback when you do that, but again, you're sacrificing your rank. But as of right now, there's no reason to care about it, so it doesn't feel that bad. But once you try to start being serious again and you start climbing back up, that's when you realize, man, I really punished myself for doing this. But hey, what can you do at the end of it? And then we have, you know, the other things I want to talk about in terms of, there was this massive progression update, right? If you tried Runeterra, you know, week 1, month 1, what have you, it is a completely different unlock system now, but also they've uncapped wildcards, and I think this is something the entire Magic community has been just dying to see happen in Arena, or at least I have when I was playing it more consistently, but unlimited wildcards. So what this really means is you can pick up, you see a video you like on YouTube, whatever, it's a top ranked tournament finishing list, you can go into Runeterra, spend your money to buy the wild cards, and the most expensive deck you'll probably can build is $30. That is insane compared to other card games, to just be able to go into the client, buy whatever you want, and get it. Now, I don't know, a lot of people are saying, well, isn't that just pay to win then? That's always a thing in card game. Get that nonsense out of here. But I do want to stress that this game is still super free-to-play friendly. If you go talk to basically anyone who's been playing since launch to now, about 2 months in, under the old system, which was not as rewarding, you would have a full collection, or near full enough collection, where you had all the cards you cared about within 2 months. So, you know, you're getting a full set of cards, and you cannot spend a single dime on it by the time the next set rolls out. And that was their goal from the start. And guess what? They did it. I didn't think that they were going to do it, but, you know, they actually did well on the rewards. They've kept up to their promise. And I have to say, this is the most free-to-play friendly game on the market. And I don't know that anyone's ever going to top that. Obviously, with Artifact coming out, maybe they just give all the cards away for free. Like, that's literally the only thing they could do, right? From this point, the only next step is like, hey, you know what? Let's make it into basically the living card game model, where you buy a set and you get all the cards. Well, now we're just going to give you all the cards, and we're going to hope to get it through cosmetics, which obviously would be a good thing. But at the end of the day, people do have to make money, and, you know, through cosmetics or whatever other reasons, right? They're going to do that. But we'll see. Artifact has you know, it up in the air, and maybe they're next, because obviously Hearthstone or Shadowverse, you know, the card games that have been around for a while, they can't just change their monetization models halfway through. So who knows? We'll see. And then from there, just kind of what's happening next, right? What's going to be going on? I've ran quite a bit, but what I'm going to personally be working on, since I'm kind of late to the game, and there's a lot of, you know, personal reasons why I haven't been able to make content, but finally in a better spot where I can, I'm going to do something a little bit different, and not a lot of people have been doing, or no one's doing this, honestly. One downside, if you will, of Runeterra is that the meta is constantly shaping, evolving, and it's different week to week. And I mention this as a downside because if you watch a Runeterra deck spotlight video and it is more than 3 days old, probably not relevant anymore. And like, that's no BS. That's actually how this goes. Obviously, as it gets towards the end of the set, things get a little bit more consistent, but for the first, you know, past 3 months or whatever it's been that we've had of Runeterra, and I'm counting preview patch 1 and 2 as their meta impact, but things have just basically just always changed. Balance patch reasons for that. There's some other things that have tied into that, but ultimately it's constantly changing. So if you're, maybe 3 days is a little aggressive, let's say over a week. If you're watching a video that's over a week, basically throw it out the window, unless it's what I'm going to be doing in the future, which is going to be a archetype review, which really just means we're going to look at all the core decks that Riot put together with set one in mind. Like, this is, if you look at Expeditions, it's very obvious. Otherwise, you have to like go into the card pool and kind of put it together. But things like Shenfure, things like Lux and Heimerdinger, things like Battle Scars, right? Relentless, all those expeditions that they put together, those core identities, are actual decks that then translate to constructed. Now, obviously, it's not a perfect one-to-one. Cards will change. You know, things might change 5 or 6 cards out of that entire set. But for example, the one that I'm going to be doing up next, or is going up first, I should say, is going to be the Lux Heimer deck. And this is actually a deck that goes back to preview patch 1. So the very start of this game, the very start of set 1. and it's changed like 6-7 cards maybe, but like the core of it is still there. And the reason why I want to focus on this is because it'll give a really cool look back perspective. So as we get into set 2, as we think about what spoilers are coming out, we can then go back and say, okay, I really like Battle Scars. What's a core list for it? What are the good cards I should be looking for? And what can really add on to that, right? Or Lux or Shenfiora, all that good stuff. So I'm going to hopefully be able to do about 2 to 3 videos a week, seeing how far we can get. And there's actually about 14 different archetypes. So there's no way I'm getting to all of them. I'm just going to pick my favorites, go through them. I think it'll be a really helpful, insightful project over the near future, and hopefully get us ready for set 2. And then obviously set 2 spoiler videos kind of mixed in there as well. So with that, that's all I got. Again, I'll be putting the link below for the Gleam giveaway I'll be doing. Again, giving out the gift of Get Gaming with everything else that's been going on. We just need to pass some positivity back out there. Tomorrow, from when this video goes live, there'll be another video. Then I'll probably have, I don't know if I'm going to do Shenfiora next or Battle Scars, but I'm going to have another video out on Thursday. So that's all I got. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for letting me rant on about kind of an update. I want to keep it honest with you guys on what's going forward. But from here on out, Runeterra, Artifact, card game content back at its prime. And let's all get through this together. So stay safe, take care, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.